everyone, thanks for tuning back in. Today we're going to be taking a look at this game right here, Custom Hero by AEG. This one is supposed to be a trick-taking game, but it can be considered a ladder climbing game because it's more of a race of who can get out of their cards first, who can get rid of all their cards. This plays 2 to 6 players. It plays roughly in, it says 45 minutes. I think it depends on how many players. For a 3-player game, it doesn't take that long. For a 2-player game, it doesn't take that long. Because you're playing to the first person to get to 10 points. And so the best way to describe this game is to take it down to the table and take a look. So let's jump on in and do that. Determine how many people you're going to play with. You can play with 2 to 6 players. And so the way you're going to play this is that each player is going to take a player board or player sheet. It's more of a screen, so it's like a player screen. And so let's say we're going to play a 3-player game. Okay, let's take that one, and that one. So the way these are going to get set up is, let's say there's a player over here, a player over here, and then I'm going to be a player right here. Okay, and then each player is going to take a victory point each, and the victory points get put out front, so everyone knows how many victory points each person has. And then each person is going to get 2 gold coins to spin, and those remain hidden, so those are going to go behind the screen. So I get 2 there, 2 back here, and then 2 back here. And these little baggies I actually picked up at Walmart in the little bead and jewelry section right next to the fabric. I guess that's more of the craft section. But that's where I get these bags. They work wonders for keeping components. And then I have all my cards set up so that way I know how many players I need. So for a 3-player game, we're just going to take 30 cards, and I have them numbered 1 to 10. So we're just going to go through and get 3 players worth. Put the rest back in the box. And then I have, in the first player number card, I have 2 things that I need. So you're going to need this Cadora, I think it's what's called the Cadora card here. It's a little covering. Every player's going to start with one of those, and then everyone's going to start with one of these. This card is called the Ascended Form. Basically, that's like your trump. It works like a trump. And then the Cadora. Yep, I was right. So this one's the Cadora. This one's the Ascended Form. And I'll explain how that works. And then take that out. And then both of these, again, I have the Ascended Form, and then I have the Cadora card. Each player is going to start with one of those. And you're going to take all 30 cards here, and you're going to shuffle those. And then every person is going to get 10 cards. So as this is considered a ladder climbing game, because it's a race to get out, because it's a race to use up all your cards first, Some people consider this as a trick-taking game because of the little trump card, the Ascended Form card, which is not really a card, it's more of a covering. because it goes over your card that you put it in. And it can be put in any card. And I'll explain that here in a second. So then we're going to look at our cards. We're going to try to get the similar numbers together. So I got 2 7s, 2 8s, 2 6s. I got 2 4s, and I got a 9. And so then, let's say I'm going to go first. So I can play one card, or I can play a pair. If I had a three of a kind, I can play 3 of a kind. Okay? And so, let's say I'm going to start with a pair of 4s. I'm going to lead with a pair of 4s. So then this person's going to look through their hand and try to find a pair of 4s or a pair that's higher, like a pair of 5s or anything. So I got, there's 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there's a pair of 9s, 7 and a 2, remove the 7 down here. So they're going to go ahead and play their pair of 9s because they want to get rid of their 9s. Okay, and then the next person is going to look at their cards, see if they got any pairs. So they got a pair of 3s, a pair of 5s, and so they don't have any pairs that could beat a pair of 9s. So they're going to say pass. Then it's going to come back to me. And then I don't have a pair of 9s or a pair of 10s. However, I can go ahead and use my ascended form. Let's say I put it on my 1. I'm going to pay 2, so I get rid of my 2 gold. And then I'm going to use my ascended form. Even though it's 1 card, I'm going to trump their card. Now, they could spend their gold and use their ascended form and trump my card. And they would win. But instead they say pass. And since this person said pass earlier, they're out. Okay, so then I win this round here. And all that means is that these cards get discarded. And I get to start again. So I'm going to use a 9. I'm going to lead with a 9 so I can get rid of it. And so then this person's going to look at their cards again. And they could use a 10, but they don't want to. So let's say they go ahead and use their trump here because they want to lead next round. So they're going to spend their 2 coins and get their ascended form card. And they're going to put it in. And they're going to trump my card. Okay, and now this person's going to look at their cards again and figure if they want to use their trump or not. And see if they want to lead. So let's say they do. So let's say they use their trump too. They're going to pay their 2 coins. And they're going to get their ascended form. Put it on their card. And then they trump. So then it comes back to me. Well, I can't trump a trump because I already used my trump. And so I'm going to say pass. And this person's already used their trump. So now they have to pass. So then it gets to this person. I'm going to discard these. And they're going to start. And so let's say they start with a 2. Well, I can look at my cards. Well, I got a bunch of pairs. And so I want to keep these together because I want to try to get rid of them. Or else you have a harder time getting rid of them later. So I'm going to pass. And this person's going to look through theirs and like, well, I got a 3, so I'm going to use my 3. And this person's going to go back and get their 4. Use their 4. And since I already passed, I'm out. So this person's going to use their 5. And this person is going to grab their 6. Use that. And then this person's going to go and use their 7. And this person's going to use their 8. And then this person's going to say, well, I want to keep my pairs together. So I'm going to have a much harder time getting rid of it. But let's say they say, what the hey, why not? So they're going to go 10, hoping that they win the round so they can start. Well, this person says, well, I got a 10 I can get rid of. And so then this person has nothing else that's going to beat a 10. So they're going to say pass. This person wins the round, and then they get to start. So let's say they start with a pair of 3s. Well, then I'm going to go to my pairs of 6s. Put that down. Well, this person has a pair of 2s. They can't do anything with it, so they're going to have to say pass now. And this person has a pair of 5s, so they can't say anything, so they pass. So then I would win the round. And so then I'm going to start with a pair of 7s. Again, this person has a pair of 2s, can't do nothing with. This person has a pair of 5s, can't do nothing with. So then I win this round. Okay, and then I'm going to play my pair of 8s, so I'm out first. This person again is going to pass, and this person is going to have to pass. So then the next round is going to start with the next person to my left. So they're going to start with their pair of 2s, and this person is going to play their pair of 5s. Okay, so then let's say this person says, now that they're out. But however, the smarter way to play that is to have played the 10 first, because the person can't beat the 10, so they're going to say pass, which is going to cause this to go away, and then this person is going to use their pair of 2s, which makes them out last. Makes them out next, then this person's out last. So then all these cards go together. Alright, and so the payout for a 3-player game is right here. So since I was the first player, I'm going to get 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So now I have a total of 6. Okay, then the second person to come out is going to get 2 of these. And then the last person, see this asterisk here? This just means it's optional. And so on this optional rule here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Yep, there. They're actually going to lose their victory point. And so this game says that you can play with the first person to finish with 10 or more, or there's another variant that says reset to 9 if you have more than 10. So you have to have exactly 10, which makes the game that much harder. And then, I don't get any gold coins, but the second person to get out gets 1 gold coin, and the next person gets 2 gold coins, and then I get one of these custom cards here. So these are also called card advancements. You reach in here, and you shuffle them before you put them in the bag. You pull out a card advancement, and you put that down. And the next person that went out gets 2 of them. The last person that went out for a 3-player game gets 3 of these. Okay, and I'll pull out some and show you how they change things. So this one gives you a +8. This one changes a number to a 9. This one says here that if you pay 1, you can reverse the numerical direction of this pile. So you have to play this with a number that's equal to or higher than the current card in order to reverse the order. So like the card I drew here, if you can see here, says this card counts as 2 copies of itself. So that doesn't mean it makes itself 3 cards, it means it makes itself 2 cards for that reason. And then this person over here, they got a cabbage, so it gives them a -1. A baseball bat, so it gives them a +1. And then this one allows the person to change the value to an 8. And this person over here got looks like a pistol of some sort that gives it a +3. And then a punching glove that gives it a +2. And then the Cador card, which we haven't really spoken of, is right there. And as you can see, it says bet 2 victory points, win 2 victory points if you win the turn. The turn is the complete round, like all the cards. If you're the first person to run out of cards first, that's the turn. So each individual round does not count towards the turn. And so the way this is played is that on the second round, on therefore, in the second round and so forth, not the first round, but the second round or more, you shuffle all these cards up, and then you distribute the cards, 10 to each player, and leave the modifiers in, if I get another trump card, the only way that I can make it a trump again is if I actually pay for its trump cost. So then again, I'm sorting all my cards and making sure that they all line up. So I got 3 5s. Three 5s. I got 4, 9, and a 10. I got a 6, so I got 4, 6. I got a 2, 8, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to put these in order in which I can use them. And these people are going to gather their cards. Put those in order. Okay, 2, 6, 7, 1. And again, this is only worth 1 unless they pay the value to make it a trump card. And so there's another 1, there's a 4 and a 3, 2. So they got 2 2s, 2 1s, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want you to show you the artwork on these cards. And so there's the one there, and I'll take that advancement out, and that's what it looks like. Really good artwork on these cards. Beautiful artwork on these cards, actually. It's kind of hard to see with the shininess from the sleeve. Okay. And all the 1s are the same, all the 2s are the same, all the 3s are the same. And then there's a 2. Beautiful artwork, Japanese artwork. This is supposed to be drawn like a Japanese anime. So a 3. Four. There's a 6. And some of the artwork on these cards are the same artwork that are on those screens. And then 9. I'll show you 5 and 10 later. And if you notice, there's 2 holes here, these little bubbles. Those are for that many more advancements, you know, plus or minus to add there. And then this is for how many different advancements you can have. There's 4 different types. And so if it's already got a gold one, you can put a gold. And there's blue and red and green, I think. Yeah, see there's gold, there's a green, there's a blue, and a red. Put those back. Alright, put those down there. And there's a 5. And a 10, the sideboard. Alright, and so let's say I think I'm going to win the turn. Okay, so I'm going to play this card in one of my cards. I'm going to put that in there. So let's say I'm going to put it in my 2. So then I'm going to bet 2. I'm going to put these in the center of the table to let everybody know that I bet those. Okay. And it gives anyone else the opportunity to also bet if they want to. So I get to start first because I won. Alright. So I'm going to start by playing a 2. And then this person's going to look at their hand. And they could play, you know, a 10 if they wanted to. But they want to try to get rid of their cards as well. And it gives them more opportunity to get rid of more by following suit as long as they can. And so their lowest card value they have is higher than a 2, but it's a 4, so they're going to go with 4. Because they got 6, 7, 8, 9, and then pairs of 10, and pairs of 3. And this person got 2 1s, 2 2s, 3s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they got a 4, so they're going to play a 4 on the stack. Then it comes back around to me. Well, I got a 4. Shoot, I'll play that. And then this person, look at their cards again. Well, they got a 6, so they'll play 6. This person's got a 6, so they'll play a 6. So then I got a 6, I'll play that. This person's got a 7. This person's got a 7. And then I got a 7. This person's got an 8. This person has an 8. And then I got an 8. So this person has a 9. And this person also has a 9. So then let's say I play my 9. So then so far I'm winning. And so this person doesn't have a 10 that they can spare, but they can look at their modifiers to see if there's anything they can use. So they don't, so they say, let's say they say pass. And then this person doesn't have anything that can beat a 9 or anything that could be a 9. So what they're going to do is they're going to change the value of one of their cards by giving it an 8. And then they're going to put a +1 on top of it to make it a 9. So they changed a 3 to an 8. Now they're adding a +1 to it. As you can see, the modifier puts the baseball bat in the person's hand, so now it's a 9. They're going to play that. And then I will play my 10. And since this person passed, they can no longer go. And this person's going to look at their cards. I'm like, well, they really want to win. So let's say they play their trump and pay the 2. So now they win with the trump. I don't have any trump, so I have to say pass. This person already passed. So then this person gets to start the next round. So let's say they start with a pair of 2s. Then I go to my cards. Well, I could play a pair of 5s, but I want to get rid of all my cards together, so I'm going to say pass. And this person goes and looks at their pair of 3s. So this person has to pass because all I have is a trump card, but they don't have the coin to pay for it. They just need 1 more coin since they won 3 coins last round, at the end of last round. So this person wins. So let's say they play their 10s. So this person is going to say pass. I'm going to have to pass. So this person is going to play their card, their 1, without paying the trump because they don't need to. And then this person is going to play their 1. So this person is out first, out second, and then I'm last. So what happens now is since I bet these 2 victory points, I lose them. And the Cador card is in here. And then the person can use that card again on a later turn since it's already in the game. They just have to bet their victory points to win. And you do this until someone has 10 points. And so let's take it back up top and give our final thoughts. Alright, so now that we take a look at the game and stuff, I want to show you these player boards a little closer. And so like there's one, some of them have, well I should say all of them have different cards, pictures from different cards, whereas there's more cards than there are player boards or screens. These are more screens, but the artwork on these are just so beautiful. I love the artwork on these. And on the inside of the screen, it tells you the reward system for anywhere from 2 to 6 players. So you can see that. And so this game says that it's for ages 14 and up. I think you can even go as low as maybe even 8, 10. My daughter's 12. My daughter's 12 and she plays this game and she figured it out. And so the 14 age limit seems a bit high for this game. One thing also about my copies, if you can see, it's actually signed, the gold here. Sorry, the gold right here is signed by the designer of the game. I got it signed at Gen Con. That was one of the cool things about going to Gen Con and picking up things there, or even taking your stuff to Gen Cons. You can have it signed by developers and designers and stuff. But this game is easy to play. It doesn't take much thought process in it, and I guess like one of the bad things about it is that it's really simple. The card, like, I wish that you could start with more advancements in your hand, just to make the game a little more interesting. I wish that the trump cards would cost 1 instead of 2, so that way you could at least try to use it on the second round or second turn, because a turn is over all the rounds until you get rid of all your cards until you start the next turn. Things I like about the game: it's easy to play, beautiful artwork, simple rules, easy to understand. And so this game I would rate probably a 4.5 out of 5, just because it's family friendly. A family can sit down and play competitively. I assume that it works on family engagement other than the competitiveness. You definitely got to work on motion regulation and concentration skills to kind of pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, I mean, you have to be in it the whole time you're in this game just to pay attention to what card is next. And how you're going to play your card. So there is a little strategy in this game. I think sometimes if you overanalyze, it can put you in last place. Instead of just trying to get rid of all the cards as easily as you could, you may try like, well, I want to wait until the next turn to get rid of all 3 of these cards because it's 3 of a kind. But by doing that, you may end up, hurting yourself. And so you just have to kind of know how to strategically play your hands as they come up. And that's one thing I really like about this game. And so I would recommend picking this up, especially if you have a small game group, because you can play from 1 to 6 players. Not too many games out there allow you to play up to 6 players. I played this at Gen Con on trade day. That's what made me kind of fall in love with this game. It was already on my radar before I went to Gen Con, but since I had a trade day badge, me and my brother went into the AEG demo room and got to demo this game, and we played with 6 players. And I think this plays much better with 6 players than it did with 3 players. I mean, it's a much longer game, but you get a lot more interaction out of it in a bigger game like that than a quick little game with 2 or 3 people. And so I'd recommend playing with 4, 5, or even 6 players. And so I hope you enjoyed this review of Custom Hero. Beautiful game again, easy to play, easy to pick up. Not too expensive, and it's done by AEG, who does a lot of great card games. One of my favorite card games that they've done is Thunderstone Advance. I never really played Thunderstone, the first one, but now that Thunderstone Advance is out of print considerably, they have Thunderstone Quest coming out, which I'm looking forward to. But anyways, that's besides the point. And so thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.